Show podcast. I am your host, Meech, and we are talking guidelines to get up off the sidelines. Y'all, I am so excited about today. So I would like to introduce the amazing Dominique, Michelle, Garrick, girl, welcome.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be here with you today.
I'm so happy you're here.
Aww.
You really inspire me. No, seriously.
Thank you.
You really inspire me. All my first interviews have been people who I know personally that inspire me because y'all are doing great things.
Oh, well, thank you.
So talk a little bit about what you do.
All right, so my name is Dominique Garrick, and I am a top producing realtor here in Atlanta and also the owner of Home Sweet Sold Real Estate Group.
It's the owner for me.
Yes.
You sell a lot of luxury property though, right?
Yes. So I sell a lot of luxury property. I also work a lot with first-time home buyers and investors, so I'm pretty well-rounded.
Yeah, broad. Watching your story makes me want to move constantly because it's always some like beautiful property and you got like a little scale, like how fire is this? It's fire. What you mean? This is fire.
You know, I can't even lie. I mean, a lot of times when I'm like looking around at homes with my clients, I fall in love with homes all the time too, and I'm always like, ooh, I want to move here. I want to move here. This is my room. Like, I need this. So, just falling in love with real estate every day.
You got like your dream home from looking at all these homes. Like, I need this closet, this bathroom. I need this bedroom, this kitchen.
You know, I always feel like I'm able to put together my perfect home, but then I always end up seeing another home with another just something, and I'm like, oh no, I need that too. Yeah, so I mean that's the kind of blessing and curse about being in real estate is that I see so many different types of properties, and yeah, so it makes it a little bit difficult when I'm trying to, yeah, because I want so much. So
that's how I am like, with my dream wedding. I feel like I've seen so many weddings. I used to serve. So I see so many weddings that I added so much to my wedding. Now it's just a production. It's not a wedding.
Basically.
Okay, so what led you to real estate?
So, well, it's actually quite a few things that led me into real estate. So before I got into real estate, I was actually doing marketing and brand ambassador stuff. Yeah, so I was working for a bunch of different brands at different festivals, basically just raising brand awareness. Okay. And I was doing that for several years, and quite honestly, I mean, it was really fun. I mean, it was always a different experience every day and always meeting new people, but I just really knew that there was more for me. Mm-hmm. And also, I thought about it, I was like, wow, well, if I'm able to, you know, create such brand awareness for all these brands that I'm working for, like, what if I do the same thing for myself?
Right.
Like, what would that look, what would that look like? And the interesting thing, because actually when I got into real estate, I didn't realize I even knew anybody that was in real estate. I really don't even know what made me say, like, hey, real estate is what I want to do. But I think when I look back over it, I mean, I moved around a lot when I was younger, even as I was a little older. I mean, I moved around a lot. Most of the time when my friends were moving, they would always bring me along to, you know, give them some sort of advice or guidance on where they were moving to. So it was just, I don't know, it was just a natural gravitation towards real estate. Yeah. The real estate chose me. That's what I say. Real estate chose me.
Okay.
Yes.
So let's back up. You used to do like all these different brands. What was your favorite brand you worked for?
Oh.
The most fun.
Oh my goodness.
Was it that many who worked at?
I mean, I really did. I mean, and sometimes I was working different brands
at once?
each week. Yeah.
You were hustling.
I mean, I can't really particularly say which particular brand, but I definitely enjoyed. I did a lot of music festivals.
Oh, that sounds lit.
Yeah. I mean, that was like a party the whole time, to be honest. And yeah, free ticket to some of the like hottest festivals, Music Midtown, like Bonnaroo. I don't know if you ever heard of Bonnaroo. That was pretty fun too. But yeah, I like working a lot of music festivals. And actually right before I got into real estate, what I actually started doing was, well, I was working with a couple different brands, but the most recent thing that I was doing was I was working for car brands and traveling around the US going to the different auto shows. So that was really fun to be able to get paid to, you know, travel, talk about cars, and yeah, have fun.
I'm in the auto field like my 9 to 5. I'm in the automotive field. I don't know about cars. Like I do marketing.
Yeah.
I don't know about cars. Like sometimes I'm doing stuff and I'm like, what does this even mean? I don't know about cars at all. But it's cool. It's a different field. I don't understand it really.
Yeah, I didn't know much about cars either until I really got into the business, and then just, being around it, I learned so much about cars. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, I barely even knew what a horsepower was when I started traveling. I was like,
horsepower is like, is that more horse? What is that? Like,
oh Lord.
cars is gas, put some air in the tire, and you could go. And don't forget your oil change every now and then.
Don't forget the oil change.
Always forget the oil change. What's the last time you had one? I need somebody to come in and remind me.
Oh Lord.
So I have a question.
Okay.
You said you work with a lot of first-time home owners, home
Yes.
buyers. What's the proper thing to say?
Home buyers.
Okay, home buyers.
Homeowner, either way.
What would you tell someone like they need to know before they try to buy a home?
Well, before you try and buy a home, well, it's really important that you make sure that you have your stuff together. And especially in this market is so competitive. It makes no sense to just jump out here, find a home, and then try and figure out how you're going to purchase it after you find it. Because I'm telling you,
It'll be gone.
you barely got 48 hours to get your stuff together, get your offer sent in. Yeah, it's a really fast-paced market. But what I would say is it's really important as a first-time home buyer, or just a buyer in general, you got to know where you stand with your credit. Because if your credit ain't right,
Can't get nothing.
you're not doing nothing. Also, definitely make sure you save your money.
Okay.
I usually tell people save at least 7% for your down payment and your closing costs. Because in this market, a few years ago, we might have been able to have the seller provide some closing costs, some money towards your closing costs.
Now,
In this market, that's not happening.
Yeah.
If anything, you need to, I say bring the 7%, but really, a lot of people that are winning some of these multiple offers, they're bringing additional cash
yeah.
to, make up for appraisal gaps and stuff like that. It's
Competitive. Is that just here in Atlanta, or is that like everywhere right now?
honestly, I'm hearing that in a lot of places.
Yeah.
I'm hearing that in a lot of places. A lot of different markets are seeing the same tight inventory that we're seeing.
Yeah, so this is like a seller's market.
Definitely.
That means they got the upper hand. You need to play by their rules right
Yeah,
now.
yep.
Because there's so many people moving here. It's still like tens of thousands of people that move to Atlanta in a month. Like,
Yeah.
people are flocking here still, so where they gonna live? I guess that's what makes it competitive.
Yeah, and that's what's really, has been making these prices go up for both buying and renting, because the rental market,
rent.
that's a whole nother story when people calling me about this rent.
Segment. The rent.
The rent almost as bad as purchasing, but
It is.
I'm gonna be
Like,
real.
It's like paying higher than a mortgage for like a one-bedroom apartment. I was
Yeah.
looking to move like in the last year, and I was just like stressed because I'm like, and what's happening? Like, is it just me? Because nobody was saying nothing about this. It's like last year, August, September.
Yeah.
I'm like, do they see this? Like, 2,000 for a studio? I don't even
Right.
have walls in here. Like,
Right.
like,
It's like almost New York prices.
Right, apartment is right here. It was crazy, but I guess that's just where we at. Everything's high.
Yeah.
Okay, so credit. Gotta have your credit together. What else?
Gotta save your money.
Gotta save your money.
And really just make sure that you have your income stuff together. Make sure you file your last 2 years tax returns. If you're, W-2 employee, make sure which you should already have your pay statements together. But that's the biggest thing. Credit, make sure you're saving money, and make sure you have your verification of income available already. Yeah.
Is this true? If you're looking to buy a home or you're in the process of buying a home, you shouldn't switch jobs at that time.
Yeah, it's best to not switch jobs. I mean, if you switch jobs, it really just depends. If you end up switching jobs and it's within the same industry, then that may be okay. But it's best when you're in the process of purchasing a home, it's best to just leave everything where it is. Don't go start taking out a whole bunch of credit cards. Don't just or at least before you do all that stuff, you got to be connected with a great lender who will, advise you on what to do, because everybody's situation is different. So I can't just say like,
Everything's cookie cutter, but
Yeah.
there are some things to
yeah.
avoid.
And when you get with a great lender too, you can get creative. So
Yeah.
I got some really great lenders
Yes,
too.
windows in the pocket. I can
Yeah,
tell.
yeah. I work with the best, of course.
So, okay, you told me that you got into realty. It kind of pulled you.
Yeah.
Do you remember when things kind of shifted? You say there was a time where you were just like, I want more. Like,
Yeah.
did anything specifically prompt that? Like, I want more for myself. Like, what kind of clicked where you could have more?
You know, I'm gonna be real. So when I got into real estate, I was actually still working my other job and traveling for, I don't know, I wanna say at least, I don't know, maybe about a year-ish. Because I mean, quite honestly, real estate is all commission. I don't know, people always think, I don't know how people think we're paid, but honestly, you eat what you kill. So if I don't sell a house, I'm not making no money. So that really, the thought of that really scared me at first. I was like, you mean to tell me I'm out here working so hard for a month and I might not make no money? But, so, you know, that really scared me at first. But quite honestly, really what happened was I really wasn't happy anymore with my last job. So I know I wanted to get some other job and started doing real estate. It was kind of slow at first because I was still, you know, trying to learn and just really figure everything out. But the turning point really came because I started getting a lot of clients, and some of my clients were, you know, living out of town, and it always seemed like whenever I had to go out of town to work, that was when they were coming in town. And it really, you know, at the time, you know, it was easy for me to, you know, find an agent in the office to, you know, help my clients, you know, show them homes while I was gone. But after some time, of course, you know, I needed to compensate them for their time, and I realized, I was like, well, the money I'm paying them to show my clients when I'm out of town is basically what I'm making over here. Like, I'm like,
I'm just working to pay them to do what I can.
It wasn't making any sense. So really, I always knew I wanted to be an entrepreneur. I knew I was looking for some sort of financial freedom. So I was like, you know what? I'm ready to bet on myself. Like, I know I'm not happy here, and I'm like, I gotta change something. Otherwise, I'm just gonna be stuck here forever.
Yeah.
So I remember I ended up giving my 2 weeks notice or 3 weeks notice. I gave them plenty of notice, basically, because I knew I was out. And I think it was November 2018, I want to say. That's when I worked my last auto show, and it was real estate from there on out. And it was up and it was stuck, girl, because I'm telling you, I've never looked back. And it's so crazy. I wish I would have did it, you know, sooner, but everything happens in divine time, yeah. So
my mom says the same thing. My mom's a realtor. My mom's a realtor who wants a baby realtor out of me when you just but she says the same thing, like, I wish I would have gotten to this sooner.
Yeah.
Like, where has this been all my life?
Yeah.
But like you said, divine timing. Okay,
Yes.
so what is the most challenging part about being a realtor for you?
For me, I'd have to say, really, honestly, learning how to manage my time. And not just, I mean, manage the time, but it's also because as a realtor, especially as a new realtor, you wear so many hats.
Yeah.
Like, people don't realize it's not just about, you know, selling a house or going to open a door. It's the negotiating, it's the writing the contract, it's the being the marketing person, the accountant. Then for your clients, you got to be like their therapist, everything. You're everything. Sometimes I'm the babysitter when we're looking at homes, you know. So that's the biggest thing for me, or I guess it was the most challenging thing for me when I first got into real estate, is being able to wear so many different hats and knowing when to take which ones off, and then with that, being able to manage my time, like, because it's so easy to be work, and then you completely neglect your personal life. So that's one thing that I've had to start working on, is my work-life balance.
Time. Oh, baby,
really?
You putting it on the calendar?
Oh, well, yeah. Well, see, but that's one thing I've had to learn, because otherwise, I always say, if it's not on the calendar, it doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, I'm gonna forget. I'm gonna be real.
My mom is that way. I'm like, you're not gonna pencil me in, Miss Cochran. I am your child.
And I feel so bad. I feel so bad when I do my friends like that. But I'm like, you know,
it is.
It is.
Spend this time.
Yeah.
This is your block.
Yeah.
I respect it. Whenever we have something, you like, no, what time is it now? I said, she put it on her calendar.
Yep. You already know. Like, I need the time. I need the address. Okay, we locked in. I'll see it, and I'm gonna be on time. Know that. I will.
Be on time. I appreciate that. You respect time, though.
Yes.
That's what time management is. I figured out, is respecting time. I've been trying to respect time more, because we don't know how much we got, you know? And
right.
Dealing with somebody else's, I don't know how much you got, so I don't want to disrespect your time by being late. I never looked at it that way.
Yeah.
But when I looked at being late as disrespecting other people's time, I'm like, let me be on time. Let me try. I've been trying. All 22, I've been right there, like 5 minutes is like the latest I've been really trying.
Well, you know what? Hey.
I'm trying for it.
Hey, that's all good, as long as you're trying to do better.
So if that's the most challenging, then what's the best part of being a realtor?
I mean, I feel like there's a lot of perks of being a realtor. I'd have to say, well, at the same time, just the flexibility. Well, I don't know, so many things. But yeah, I mean, the flexibility, like how I'm able to really, actually, that is what I really like, that I think about it, is the flexibility. Because I know when I was working my other jobs, or just any job I've ever worked before, one thing that I really did not like for me was when my employers always told me, like, oh, you have to be here from this time to this time. You can only take a 30-minute lunch break, like, or just everything. Like, I don't, it's not that I have an issue with authority or anything like that, I don't think, but I just don't,
You're more free.
yeah, I like to be a bird. I just like to be free. I just like to kind of go with the flow. So when I have somebody always like, you got to do it this way and do this and this, I don't really like that. So what I like about real estate is, but that comes with a lot of discipline. You need a lot of discipline too, because you could easily be out here thinking you selling real estate and doing big things, and you out here having fun all day and not selling anything. So, but I like the flexibility. I'm able to, you know, start my day when I want to. I mean, really, as long as I'm there for my clients and do what I need to do throughout the day. How I work my schedule is.
That does take discipline, because some people don't operate well. If there's nobody telling them, do this at this time, be here, do this, they're not gonna do nothing.
And I'm not gonna say I got it all together yet. Like it's a every day, every week, every month, whatever. It's still it's a learning process.
Yeah,
so.
but you're pulling through. You're doing real well.
Thank you.
Okay, so what's the biggest sacrifice you had to make in order to get where you are in real estate?
Definitely like my social life.
Everybody says that.
Yeah.
Everybody I've asked this question says their social life.
Yeah, it's so true. I mean, I'm getting better about it now, but when I first got into real estate, actually, I remember I feel like I completely shut down. I feel like I went and hid under a rock, to be honest. And honestly, I lost some friends at the time. I don't know if they were really friends, if they were, but I did lose some relationships early on, just because, you know, it was so much for me. I mean, I knew I was starting something new. I wanted it so bad, and I was willing to, I mean, all day, all night, up all night, you know, working on things, just trying to research and just everything. So, yeah, the social life definitely is one thing I've had to sacrifice. And even still, I mean, like I said, I've been working on my time management a lot better, so now I'm able to balance it out a lot better. But even still, I mean, there are times, you know, there's times when we've had, you know, events with the girls, and I can't make it. I'm all the way across town, or I just showed the home, but I gotta get this offering, because listen, highest and best is in 2 hours. I'm sitting here like, you know, I gotta get it together. But you know. Real friends understand. That's okay. Yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna say.
They understand, because everybody who is in a position of like where they want to be, and they're in this position of power and authority and success, they all say the same thing. At some point, they had to sacrifice their social life.
Yeah.
Yeah. And for me, I'm super social. I was actually just talking about this. I'm super social. If it were up to me, I would be social 7 days a week. It recharges me. It gives me so much life. However, like, I have to pull back. I used to have like this fear that if I didn't foster my relationships and give to them, that they would fall off. But like you just said, real friends understand. You know? Yes. Real friends understand.
Yes, but it is definitely still important to be there for your people too. So that's the
call.
Yeah. You got to learn how to balance. Yep.
I'm doing a little less socializing, because apparently I need to go under a rock. That's the only way I'm gonna take off. I gotta go under a rock.
But you know what? It's no problem with doing that, you know, for a little bit of time, you know, a week or whatever you need. Do what you got to do, stay focused, and get it done, and then pop back out. Now it's party time.
That's how I've been feeling lately, because I kind of have it under a rock. I really have not been as social as I am at all. I've just been really focused. But now I'm peeking from under. I'm open.
Yeah.
See what y'all like. Okay.
But it's so necessary.
Turn on a little bit, because that feels good, and go back in, and like you said, balance. Not every day, but balance.
Yeah.
Okay, so what would you tell 20-year-old you?
Ooh, 20-year-old me. Well, quite honestly, naturally, being a realtor in this market, 20-year-old me should have been looking at, I was not worried about real estate when I was 20. But let me see, because when I was 20, okay, so that was 2010? Yeah, that was in the middle of the market crash.
Yes.
So people was scooping up them homes for nothing.
I know, right?
So that's the one thing I look back, I'm like, man, like what was I worried about? I should have been buying up all these properties, and people, bought properties for $10,000, now they selling them
Child in Detroit, they buying for $1. That was so hard.
Girl, but yeah.
Homes.
Yeah, that's one of the biggest things, well, not one of the biggest things, but that's definitely one thing that I wish I would have told 20-year-old me. Also, I think I would have told 20-year-old me, because I was definitely kind of lost around then. I honestly had no idea what I wanted to do. Actually, when I was 20, I was over there at Georgia State getting my accounting degree.
Wow, I went to college for accounting. Had no idea what I wanted to do, but I was like, I'm good at math. My mom was in finance. She was pushing it.
Yeah.
And I went to school for accounting too.
Yeah.
Did not finish, and I'm doing nothing to do with accounting now.
Well, I finished.
Finished?
Yeah, I finished, but I had like an internship literally the last semester that I was supposed to be at Georgia State, and I realized, I was like, yeah, this ain't for me at all. And it's crazy, so got my accounting degree. I was like, okay, just give me this, because at this point, Hope Scholarship about to run out. I ain't finna pay these people. Like, I need something. So I was like, give me that. And then I actually completely ditched accounting. Actually got into modeling.
Oh, wow.
It was cool, but it didn't work for me. I couldn't pay my bills, quite honestly. With modeling at the time here in Atlanta, it was not the market, and I loved runway. Like, girl, I was killing that runway, girl. I was killing that runway, but yeah, it didn't quite work out for me. So that's how I ended up getting into like the brand ambassador and market manager stuff. So it's so crazy how I kind of like look back over my whole life. I thought I was lost.
But really, you were on a path.
I was really on a path, and then it led me here to real estate. And honestly, I see how like everything I've done in my life, it all kind of, I'm using it all now with real estate. And I feel like that's what gives me my unique little edge.
Yeah.
So I definitely say, you don't have to have it all together when you're 20, but just keep moving, keep being better, keep trying different things, and eventually, like, you'll think you're maybe lost, but eventually you'll figure it out. You'll be right where you need to be. So
it makes so much sense. That's what we're talking about, everything in divine time.
Yeah.
Because there are so many times, in retrospect, it's easy to see, right? You look back and you're like, oh, if this didn't happen, this wouldn't have happened.
Yeah.
And I think it's comforting to know that in a moment. Even when you feel lost, you feel confused, this is a part of your journey. You are on a path. You are where you're supposed to be.
Yeah.
And just keep moving. If you keep moving, you can get there.
Yeah.
That is so great. Okay, 20-year-old you. So who inspires you, Dominique?
Ooh, who inspires me? Well, I'd really have to say my parents.
Oh, how so?
Well, quite honestly, I feel like everything I do is for my parents. I just want to make them proud, but especially my mom. Like, anybody who knows me and my mom, we have a super, super close relationship, together. So everything that I do, I'm like really just trying to do my best so that I can, really pour back into her and, help her live as great a life as I want to live. But yeah, my mom, she's really probably my biggest fan and biggest supporter. She's been right by my side really with this whole real estate journey, really my whole life. So yeah, she's my biggest inspiration.
Oh, I love that.
Yes.
Okay, so what's next for you, ma'am?
What's next? So, well, as you know, Home Sweet Soul Realty Group. Looking to expand that. So any realtors, if you're thinking about getting your real estate license or newly licensed, definitely check me out. Looking to grow the team. Also, we'll be looking into getting my broker's license. So yeah, eventually maybe completely break off from Keller Williams, which is the broker that I've been partnered with, but eventually break off and do my own thing.
Your own powerhouse. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Brokerage.
Yes.
I'm here for it. So where can we find you, ma'am?
Okay, so you can find me on Instagram at I am Dominique Michelle or at homesweet.sold. And also check out my website, which is homesweetsoldatl.com.
Yes, for all of your real estate needs. Do you hear me? All of them. All of them.
Buying, selling, investing, not inventing, investing. But all that.
Yes,
all that.
she encompasses all that, and she does it so, so well. I am so proud of you. I'm so grateful that you came on today. So happy to have you here, girl. And you guys, follow me at The Meech Show. Come back. We're here each and every Monday, dropping jewels. And we'll see you next time.